hours in New York to show you the best iconic shots. I did 2 books on New York, and I'm gonna bring you to some of the most iconic and best locations so you can take amazing photos in New York City. We only have 48 hours to do all of that. Am I gonna make it on that? I have no idea, but follow along, come with me, venez avec moi. This is going to be epic. If you wanna get into photography, if you wanna learn fine art photography, this video will bring you more than 2 years of college, I promise you. Stay until the end. Your knowledge of fine art photography is about to explode. Let's go, mesdames et messieurs. I already did 2 books on New York, one in color, one in black and white. And mesdames et messieurs, I'm gonna bring you, yes you, to the most iconic places in New York. So next time you can come here, you too can get incredible photos. It's the winter right now, so it's freezing and the weather is very unpredictable. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Ramelli. I am a French photographer from the amazing, the incroyable city of Paris, France. And I have 48 hours to take incredible gallery quality photos. I actually intend to sell these photos in 120 galleries around the world because my publisher and my galleries wanted new photos of New York. Here is the plan. I'm gonna try to find a unique view of Manhattan for sunrise. Then we're gonna go in the afternoon and explore my favorite area of New York, which is SoHo, the fashion district. Then I want an old dream to come true, get a unique photo of the Statue of Liberty. Also, we're gonna try to capture something called the Manhattanhenge. What is that? That's when the sun rises in the middle of an avenue here in New York. This is something I've been dreaming about for years. Then we're gonna go to Times Square. I mean, you can't go to New York without getting iconic photos of Times Square. And my gallery wanted specifically to get photos of Times Square. So you gotta watch that because that's really hard to shoot. We're gonna capture the beauty of Central Park very early in the morning. Beautiful sunrise. And we're gonna finish with meeting up a really cool YouTube channel, French YouTubers, and we're gonna take together a beautiful, beautiful night shot of Manhattan from Brooklyn. So let's go, mesdames et messieurs. Tonight, right off the plane, I'm gonna go under the rain and try to get amazing sort of like Dark Knight Batman photos of New York. The wind is crazy and the rain is crazy. We're gonna go inside of the Westfield Mall for the 9/11 commemoration. The Octulus, I think it's called. Let's go. All right, so it's pouring rain outside, like pouring rain. So we went inside and we're trying to shoot this. This is a new station of the World Trade Center. It's absolutely beautiful, very graphical. I'm gonna be shooting mostly at f4 by hand. This is not a stabilized camera. So what I do is I use a 2-second set timer and I'm 1/60th of a second. And then I have it on ISO auto and a little bit of minus exposure composition so that my photo is always slightly dark. In a place like this, I'm gonna play Mr. Alan Scheller from London. I love his video, you gotta check out his YouTube video. And Alan is an incredible photographer who does this very graphical thing. I'm not an expert at it, but I have an M now. And so what I do is I put my camera in a high contrast black and white, just to take out the color information. It helps me take decisions. And I'm gonna go for graphical things. There's a lot of white, so the whole idea is to get something very graphical with just like one thing which is black. So we're gonna walk around and try to do that. Tu regardes là-bas, il y a presque personne, regarde. C'est vachement graphique ça. So what you see behind me is inside, we're very close to the 9/11 memorial. I love the frame in a frame and I'm gonna try to wait when there's nobody or one person to get like a really nice frame in a frame. I'm gonna go all around, wait for the right moment and boom. Again, still shooting at 28mm M11, let's go. I got it. I got a photo with just one person, one security guard, everything else empty. Woo! So this morning we're gonna try to shoot a spot that I've never done. It's kind of like a corner view of Manhattan with the one tower in the middle. And I'm hoping that we still get some cloud. It was supposed to be super cloudy and it's actually super not cloudy. So for this one I need clouds because I'm gonna do a long exposure with the Sony. I'm not gonna shoot with the Leica on this one. We'll see if it works. And we have a very nice sunrise, but I was gonna do an ND filter And when the sun is in, I'm not sure the ND filter is gonna work. I wanna get the flat water. We'll see. Oh, le spot de ouf! Regarde-moi ça! So one option that I love avec the Sony, you see there's a protection. There's a protection now. So when I put that little filter, I'm using this jacket, which is from Oakland. And really cool because it's got this, it's made for photographer. So you got like a, I'm gonna clean my filter. Voila. It's hard to do long exposure with the sun. I'm hoping the sun is gonna go behind a cloud or something, but I've never done this view. Look over there and there, it's incredible. I love New York. The light is incredible. I really love this shot because I want to get the water very flat and only the ND filter can get you that. Right now, the best shot I have, I think, is at 25 seconds. But you know, I'm also shooting right above with to get like a fast exposure with the M11, and I'm shooting here at 35, here at 28. I've never seen that view. Thank you, locationscout.net. Okay, now we're gonna explore. There's an amazing view of Manhattan there. We're gonna explore, see if we can find a photo. Ah! This kind of things is perfect with the Leica. There is an incredible texture of sky. It's gonna make you amazing black and white. So on this one, I'm going to put a 70-300, the beautiful 70-300. Another lens with the ND filter inside to do long exposure with long focus line, which is really hard to pull off. Well, let's try. This is the kind of clouds you can do photo all day long. Okay, so now we're gonna do some walking around New York. I only took the M11 with my 28 1.4. I'm gonna go buy an EVF because the M11 basically has glass, which is fine, but I love to see the photo before I take it. And for that, you have to buy an EVF. My eyesight is not good enough, so I can't take a photo like this. I really want to have an EVF. So that's going to be another $1,000, but that's what I want. I want the best experience of this camera. So I'm going to go to the Leica store and to B&H, see if they have it. It's going to be a long walk, like maybe 2 hours. And I'm going to do a lot of street photography in New York. Let's go. J'adore cet immeuble, il est dans mon livre. Je l'avais pris dans l'autre sens, cet immeuble. Oh là là, les lignes fuyantes. I shot this building in my book, but I don't have the right lens. It's not working out, even with doing a pano. I love this building. We're in SoHo right now. I'm gonna try to shoot this building, but I need to go further away because when you all have a fixed lens, you need to move your feet. Okay, so we're gonna stop at B&H to buy an EVF for the M11. Hopefully they have it, the Leica store was closed. and some batteries and SD cards that we need some more. I love B&H, it's the temple of photography. All right, so I'm going to be using the Leica 11P, the best camera Leica ever did, and the 37R5. So we took the ferry all the way to State Island, and now we're coming back to New York. But now it's at the end of the sunset and the beginning of the blue hour, so it gets really dark. So I'm shooting, look how, I'm shooting like at 300. I'm about 300, and what I'm trying to do is to get my shutter speed to be above my focal length. So if you've got 300, then you'd be at 1/300 of a second. Even if you have to go up in ISO, I want to get a really sharp photo of the Statue of Liberty in Manhattan. Mwah. Okay, honestly, I didn't like my photos at first. Like the one that we got right when we got off the plane, it was raining and there was a lot of wind. And yes, I got this kind of cool shot, you know, of this like mall in the One Trade Center, but I'm not really happy with what I got so far. The SoHo photos were kind of nice. I think my favorite is the one from this building that is actually in my book. You know, it's kind of cool to just walk around New York. There's so much textures. It's amazing. Now, the Statue of Liberty photo is exactly what I hoped. I love the blue hour one, but I also took the liberty to do an incredible sky replacement to get this result. This is the one I'm going to be sending to my gallery. Like they shoot from this rooftop at night. I got there too late. The photos are not great. What I like so far is the Statue of Liberty and that very early in Manhattan. So let's go. We have very little time. Let's go to some iconic places in New York. Shoot, shoot, shoot. We arrive at Wall Street and it's too late. It's too dark. My photos are too contrasty. It's not gonna work. Okay, let's go somewhere else. All right, so this morning we got up really early, and we are here at the corner of 5th Avenue and 41 in front of the Public Library in New York. We're gonna try to do something called the reverse Manhattanhenge. What it is the sun lining up perfectly on 5th Avenue. I'm gonna zoom in at 300 millimeter, hopefully get a shot, try not to get run over by a car. Let's do it. So on this one, I'm gonna be using the 7300 Sony. It's not gonna be a Leica shot, although I still have the M11 with me in case something happens. But this needs a special lens because I want to make the sun as big as possible. It's freezing right now, but the sky is very clear, which is great. So I hope it's gonna be working. It should be amazing, mesdames et messieurs. Okay, here is the Manhattanhenge happening this morning. Look at that, 5th Avenue, incredible. I wrote 3 books on photography. The first one is Photography Essential. Photography Central is over 200 pages. It took me 10 years to write it. It's all about finding the good photo, the right composition, the right light. I show you the settings that I use and the final look of it. And then I wrote a Lightroom and a Photoshop book, and I wrote it with the idea of like an 8 years old reading it. I tried to make them like if it was for like 5 years old, like super easy. The link is down below. You can get them for $1.99, including all the presets that I use to retouch all the photos in this video. I love coming to Central Park in the morning. This is one of the nicest parks I've been in the world. It's huge. So this morning we're shooting with two Leicas, the Leica M6, which is a film camera, with Photograhy 400, which is like a film. See, there is no digital back. This camera was made in 1984 and they republished it. And I have two lenses. I have a 50mm and I have a 28mm. So I'm changing both lenses all the time, because I cannot afford to buy two 28mm, but the same lens that goes on both systems. This is the latest digital version, the M11P. And we got up this morning, but I think we missed the light. We arrived about 15 minutes too late. I think we got one good shot, but we had some really nice clouds and they went away. And I don't like to shoot when there's no clouds. We're gonna stick around, but I'm not sure we're gonna do great photography. And I'm just shooting film and digital. Let's see which one you like the most. En fait, je suis très inspiré par l'argentique pour ce type de lumière. You know, I come here in the morning, I go to the Bow Bridge where we're just by the fountains, and then you come here in the main alley, and then you shoot all the Manhattan buildings. It is so aesthetic, it's so well kept. I think New York is one of the nicest cities in the world. I would love to live here, to be honest. It's like every time I come here, I'm like, there is so many photo opportunity per square meter, you know. This morning, as I said, I'm only shooting with the Leica because I use a Sony mostly for long focal distance and for long exposure. And everything else, when I just walk around, that's when I use my Leica cameras. You know, I love photography. I shoot also on my phone, you know, whatever is gonna get the job done. And I'm learning film right now, and I'm loving it with the M6, which is a 1984 camera. I've tried so many films. Now, one tip I can tell you, if you ever use film, overexpose your film. Really, by 1 or 2 stops, I get much better results by overexposing. And it's with the Leica M11, it's the reverse. I underexpose by 1 or 2 stops because I really want to get all the details in the sky. Just a little tip for the day. Come with me in Central Park, one of the nicest parks in the world. When the sun is up and there's no clouds, I rather shoot with film. I love how film reacts to daylight, to nice daylight. It gives like a very old vintage look that I really like. So I'm trying to do something where I'm really underexposing so that we have this light coming in, and I'd like to have eventually just one person or two person and a frame of that person with this. I love this view. What I love about Central Park, it's huge. It's one of the biggest parks in the city in the world. And it's just full of colors. It's very well kept. It's just an incredible source of inspiration for artists and photographers. Okay, I already finished my film. I don't think I shot so many films in so little time. Let's change shooting Photograhy 400 this morning, which is really what I like. I like the look of Photograhy. It's got this old vintage look. Voila. And I'm going to bring it to be an edge before I take off to get developed, because I don't like to fly with film. There's a very nice tree there. I love the shape that it has. I'm going to try to see if I can get it with film as a foreground element and the building as a background. I love the contrast of the tree and the building. It could be amazing. Let's do it, Mesdames et Messieurs. best photo I ever got of Times Square was actually during the day, because at night there's too much contrast. And for the first time, I'm going to be shooting film versus digital in Times Square. Very happy about that. My original New York book, the first one I did, the cover was exactly where I'm standing there. You got to be very careful when you take a photo to make sure that the first 10, 20 feet, you don't have anybody. Times Square is packed. We're lucky today, it's freezing cold. Here, you don't see much people. That way, I'm going to use this as a foreground, a clean slate, and then the rest. Let's do it, mesdames et messieurs, it's crazy. Non, il n'y a pas de lumière. Oh, je prends la photo, mais il n'y a pas de lumière. C'est vraiment Batman de chez Batman. All right, so now I'm going to meet with another YouTube channel, and actually called Love Light, and they're doing a documentary of French people loving New York. So they're going to interview me, and we're going to take some photos. So let's do this together. Let's go with France. Vive la France! Okay, that rooftop did not work out. I don't like the view that it gives on the Brooklyn Bridge. We have a lot of things on the left side that just don't work for me. You know, composition is really telling a strong story, and I feel I'm not going to be able to tell a strong story from that rooftop. So let's go down. Now, this is a photo I've been dreaming to doing for years. The idea is this. You want to go up the street because the street goes up, and then you go down with like a 300mm to get the Empire State Building frame in frame within the Manhattan Bridge. Really cool shot. All right, the last photo we're going to be doing is the view of Manhattan from Brooklyn Bridge. And on this one, we're going to do a very nice long exposure, you know, using the foreground of this little wood things. It's going to be amazing. We are lucky we have some good clouds tonight, so let's go.
Donc sans ISO, tu m'as dit quoi là? Sans ISO, si tu peux te mettre à 10 secondes, c'est bien, donc n'hésite pas à te mettre à F13, donc comme ça. On a fait une balade absolument exceptionnelle. Je pense que mes calories ont dû être bien éliminées. Alors je voulais te remercier. Là on a fait donc ces 3 spots, on a vu un petit peu tes techniques. Là on termine avec ce
Just got off the phone with my gallery. I sent them 4 photos. I'm waiting for an answer. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be at least 2. This is the 4 final photos that I sent from this trip and my 4 favorite. Make sure you get all my 3 books and my preset I've been using through this video. The link is under the video. And make sure that you subscribe to see how I retouch all these photos. Coming up next, mesdames et messieurs, see you in another video!